Well, hello and welcome to the Joe Driver. And today, it's episode I wanted to try. What I wanted to try? I wanted to visit someplace very close to my heart. Well, a little bit more than just via screen of my TV, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna use this for better experience. Let's see how it goes. Nice. Right. Okay. Let's go for a round around the Nürburgring on the VR. And I can tell it already looks. Look at the mirrors. The way I shift in left and right. Oh, he's me. Hey. This is gonna be good. Right. How do I feel about that? I do feel great about that, to be honest. Quite ominous looking clouds. Oh wow. It feels for some reason so natural. I cannot explain how big of a difference it makes. The direct drive steering wheel. It just expresses the sensation so much better, so much quicker. Like it's like, imagine that watching the piece of graphics, and G29 is a 640 by 480 resolution. So it struggles to show any details and texture and whatever. While Moza R5 is like a 25 megapixel, like 5000 by 5000 pixels resolution. So it's so much more detailed. Oof. And and then the feeling is no longer toy-like. It's no longer like you're feeling afraid that you're gonna break it. No, you feel afraid that this thing is gonna break you. And that's the difference. I cannot say how many cheap spring-loaded steering wheels when I was a kid I broke because I was so pissed off how bad they work. All it needed to do is to two arms of a bloody toddler to break this thing into pieces, like to inadvertently destroy the whole thing. Inadvertently. Yeah, that's the word. But this thing is opposite. You are afraid that if you crash, this thing is gonna break your thumbs. If you set the force feedback too high. But it's not about the force in the corners. This doesn't vary so much. But it's the resolution of that force you can feel in the corners. And that makes so much difference. That's why Jimmy Broadbent says, well, he doesn't raise usually more than 3 or 4 Newton meters. Yeah, but when something will happen, and he will be able to react so quick to all of those inputs. Oh bloody hell! This is, even though I'm doing an incredibly sluggish lap. In my mind, it looks bloody quick. I cannot imagine how the really fast lap would look like. Oh. But now, finally, you can anticipate corners. You can select a point in a sort of three-dimensional space, because you can see depth, you can see how far things are. And the same as driving a car, you look where you want to go. And by look, I mean you look both direction and depth. Basically how your eyes are going together. You should drop the gear before that. But yeah, oh boy. This experience is the closest thing you can get from the real deal, going on a Nürburgring and experience the tourist Nordschleife layout on your own. The only difference is, over here you will not meet such a great people like Vika or Misha Sharudin. But yeah, it's the closest thing. I think you can even learn the layouts just using this info. Of course, I would recommend to think like all curves are lethal, so basically avoid them at all costs, especially if you haven't been doing such a thing in real life, because they changed quite a few things. This is like the track from a couple of years ago, and they resurfaced plenty of things, modernized some turns, changed some curves. So this isn't a perfect representation of how the Nordschleife looks today. Nevertheless, I think this is a great it's a great representation. How does it feel to drive it, minus the G-forces acting on your body, of course. Oh. And actually you can have a sense of scale, because on a flat screen you don't really know how big, how wide is that road, how large is the corner. You just from experience, you know, over here I need to drop it to the third gear, be quite gentle on approach, push the brake over here to transfer the weight, don't touch the curb like I did. And that's, yeah, and the VR is giving you such a great spatial awareness of how this place actually look like, how it's laid out, and how does it feel to roughly drive through. And of course we are not breaking any records. I deliberately picked old as heck car with a stock config, because that's not the point. The point is just to experience, and oh boy, what experience it is. It is immersive. Like, problem is that the English is limited for the description. For regular people like you and me, who doesn't have PhD in that language, I think the guy who's got a PhD in English could easily provide us with better words describing an immersive experience of playing a VR headset in a sim racing game on a decent PC. Who knows, maybe ChatGPT knows some good words or synonym of immersion. But yeah, this thing, it makes you feel like you're not gonna make this corner, so you instinctively do it early, and that's when you hit the curb. It's magic. It's absolute magic. Yes, even though that the trees are very simplified and you can actually tell, but the whole experience in VR is astonishing. You don't take a look at the single leaf of a tree when you go 220 kilometers an hour in a or below E30 BMW M3. Oh, honestly, this lap wasn't fast, but it felt so special. Well, we almost haven't done it on time. First time in a car, don't get me wrong, I still haven't made the series about German cars. Probably for the future. Worth trying. Do I have any? Nah. Well, just for a second, should we check, will it handle extreme weather? Like, I'm talking like thunderstorm with some rain. Okay? Because there is a reason why we have Pure, and there is a reason why it's so good. Okay. It's getting dark. It's getting nasty. Oh boy. It looks absolutely scary. Let's put the wipers on the higher gear. Okay. Plenty of rain. Still have some fuel, so second bit, please. Oh boy, aquaplaning. Avoid the potholes. Oh wow. This isn't the... Don't take any example from my way of driving this, because I'm not taking a proper wet line. I remember roughly the episode with Misha, Sharudin and Vika explained the wet line in Nürburgring. Vika gave a little bit of a scare to Misha. How much are we doing? We're just doing above 100 kph. But it's like on ice. Oh. Oh wow. Okay, so yeah, it's it's a challenge for another day. I was hoping that this mod will work well with VR, but because it works so well, we will leave it over here at the possibly worst place to park the car. Let's be nice and roughly park it. Okay. Handbrake, please. Handbrake's on. Just let me jump into the reality, please. Oh wow. Well, I'm pretty mind blown by this time. I did not expect it to be such a good experience. Like it honestly, it feels... I knew it's gonna feel better than with G29. But this is like engulfing experience. This is actually convincing you that you are holding a real steering wheel of a car. And for lack of better terms, this is messing with your brain in a good way. I mean, in a really good way. This is convincing you that stuff you're feeling, seeing, hearing, experiencing is to much bigger extent real and you're just having a better time with that, for lack of better term. Again, immersion for people who doesn't have PhD in English. If there is a better word for that, I will put it right here, okay? I will ask my beloved ChatGPT what does she think about better word for immersion. But that's not the point. The point is, if you have a chance to try the VR experience of Assetto Corsa on the direct drive steering wheel, please do, because it's really worth it. Not for crazy lap times, not for crazy stunts or clicks, just for your leisure pace of driving. Like you would be there having a time on a toll road as it is every day, apart from a racing day in that region of Germany. And I highly encourage anyone who has chance to try, because the best bit is it doesn't cost more than just slightly a few penny more on energy bill for your house, if you already have a setup, versus if you like to spend time behind the wheel of your car, driving at a leisure pace at some nice scenery, you're gonna pay a bloody lot for fuel. So managing expectations. I today woke up with quite a sore back, so I wouldn't be keen to enjoying myself in a car, but I'm bloody glad that I did that, because that feels good. Anyway, thanks for watching. Consider subscribing, that would be really helpful, because more than 10 people would actually watch the single video. And if you are the one person who watched till the end, well, thank you so much. And I hope you're gonna have a lovely day. And I will see you next time. I'm your driver. Drive safe. See ya.